This is rhythm number 28. Again, I'm going to show the first line. We're going to do that one together. This one is in 6/8, and we're going to ask ourselves the same questions. So in this first one, what is the beat? Now the beat is no longer quarter notes, it is a dotted quarter note. This is beat 1, this is beat 2, this is beat 1, this is beat 2. First beat, is the beat divided? The answer is yes. What's the smallest note division? The smallest note division is an eighth note. There are 3 eighth notes in a beat, therefore we're going to have 3 tas or 3 claps, or a combination of the two. In this case we have 3 notes, we're going to have 3 tas. Is the beat divided here? No. Measure 2. Is the beat divided? Yes. What's the smallest note value? It's an eighth note. Therefore, we're going to account for every eighth note within beat 1. How many eighth notes are in a dotted quarter beat 1? There are 3. So we're going to have 3 events, 3 tas, or 3 claps, or 3 combinations of the two. 3 events, tas or claps. We're going to ta on this first one because it's being initiated right on beat 1, and nothing's being held over. We are going to clap where the second eighth note would fall, and we're going to ta where this third eighth note falls of this beat. Beat 2 right here. Is the beat divided? The answer is no. The beat's not divided. We'll ta right at the beginning of beat 2 and hold it all the way over to here. Beat 1 here. Is the beat divided? Yes, it is. What's the smallest note value? Eighth notes. There are 3 of them, so we will normally ta on each one of these. However, this one's being held over, and the first rule is that we account for every beat with either a ta or a clap, meaning the start of every beat with a ta or a clap. We can't ta on this start of this beat because it's being held over from before. There's a tie. So we're going to clap on the start of this beat. We'll clap here and then go ta, ta. This beat is very similar to this one, except it's in a reverse of where the eighth note and quarter note are. So we'll have to look at this one a bit carefully. Sometimes people get confused on these. But if we follow the rules, it says the same thing. Is the beat divided? Yes. What's the smallest note value used within this beat? An eighth note. How many eighth notes are in one dotted quarter note beat? There are 3. So we're going to have 3 events. We have to account for every eighth note within this beat with either a ta or a clap. We're going to ta here. The next event, ta is here because this takes up all of the first eighth note. The second eighth note would start here. And where is that third eighth note within this beat? It's within this note. It's be right here. And we're going to ta there. So this is going to be ta, ta, clap to mark where the third eighth note would be. This can be a tricky measure from performance standards and putting it all together. But let's look at this measure in isolation. If my dotted quarter note pulse is right here, how fast do the eighth notes go? Ta, 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 ta. Okay, because now I'm snapping dotted quarter notes. So this measure, which is going to start with a clap because we're holding the previous note over, will sound like this. Here we go. Ta, 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 ta. Again, here we go. Ta, 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 ta. Okay, so that's this measure. This measure right here. Is the beat divided? No. Is the beat divided? No. But we will ta here, and we will clap on beat 2 even though this note's being held through. We'll clap on beat 2 to mark where beat 2 is. So as you come out of this measure, you still need to know what the beat is. You need to feel what the beat is so you can place this in the right spot. Again, a metronome sometimes helps when we're studying these. Last measure. 1, we have it tied over from over here, so we're going to clap on this first note because because we account for every beat with a ta or a clap. We ask ourselves, is beat 1 divided? The answer is yes. What is the smallest note value in beat 1? An eighth note. We're going to count for every eighth note within beat 1, and there are 3 eighth notes within beat 1. Beat 1 we're going to clap on because it's being held over. The second eighth note falls right here on this quarter note pulse. It's the start of this quarter note. We'll ta there. The third eighth note would happen right here. It's within this, it's the second half of this quarter note, so we will clap afterwards. This last measure is going to be clap, ta, clap, and then we ta for the last beat. This last beat is not divided. So let's put all of this together. It might be helpful for you to maybe point with your finger as I go along and do this. Hopefully I'll get it correct in the first shot. And you can rewind the video and ta and clap along to make sure you're getting it correct. Here we go. First, let's establish what pulse we're going to go. You can go slowly as long as it's steady. Think through what the eighth notes are going to be. This is the dotted quarter note pulse. Here we go. Ta 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 ta. Okay. I think that's correct. I'm going to check back on the video, but let me do it one more time. Here we go. Ta 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 ta. Trickiest part of that line is this one going into this measure. Go ahead and try to figure out the rest. Do the first line and do the rest of exercise 28 as well.